Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB Baseball preview and prediction for a Wednesday. It is August 3rd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report Sports Betting Tip Sheet. And folks, if you're wondering what exactly is the Raymond Report, well, it's a fundamental tip sheet based on value percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a very disciplined money management system. And you can find the Raymond Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, you might notice something's missing here today. No picture in the screen today. A little bit of computer problems with my main PC. Going to have that checked out later on today. But old faithful backup laptop is still effective. And as long as you guys get the information, then I feel pretty good knowing that we'll have a good show here today. All right, let's take a look at the bullpenpicks.com and looking at yesterday's selection. Not a great day yesterday. In fact, only went 6-9, but you only need one silver bullet to make money. And when I was looking at yesterday's plays, there was a lot of games on the board, a lot of high prices. I didn't really like any of the A's and B type teams that I normally pick. And if you follow the Raymond Report, you know I only bet on A and B type teams with winning records. And I boiled it down to 3 plays yesterday. And I had the Yankees, I had Houston, and I had the White Sox. And you know what? I went with the Chicago White Sox as my members play, and it turned out to be all right. But hey, again, you only need one play to make money, and yesterday was the Chicago White Sox. Hopefully we'll have a better play here today. And if you want to follow my picks, you can each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. In fact, you don't have to just follow my selections. You can follow everybody's pick. I call this the Twitter of baseball. Follow the best pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. All right, we do have some day games today. We got a lot of them, in fact, and we'll kick it off at Tropicana Field between the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, the Rays going to send Yarbrough to the hill. Ryan Yarbrough is 0-6 on the season with a 6.19 ERA. And the problem with the Rays these days, they're not scoring any runs. They're only getting 2.2 run for the last 5 games. Toronto Blue Jays coming in pretty hot. They're bullish 18 days. Bullish means they're either 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7 games. Last 6 games for the Blue Jays have gone under the total. And Yusei Kikuchi going to start here for the Blue Jays. And he's 0-3 on the road this season, a 5.93 ERA. He had a good outing, though, last game against the Tigers. In fact, they put him on the shelf there for a couple of weeks, and he's right back at it today. But I'm going to go with the bullish team here today. I think Toronto is just the hottest team, and Tampa Bay just can't find a way to score runs. I'm going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays today. Not a huge play because it's still Kikuchi on the mound. And in order for me to get more confidence, he's got to have more quality starts. Philadelphia taking on the Atlanta Braves. The old veteran Charlie Morton going up against Zach Wheeler of the Phillies. Now looking at this game, I'm going to go with a value play here. I'm going to go with Zach Wheeler on the road against the old veteran Charlie Morton. Charlie's been rocked the last couple of starts. In his last 2 starts, he's got 10 hits, 7 runs. And that's a lot right there. And they're coming off a big win last night. In fact, it was a 13-1 win for the Braves over the Phillies. And any home team this year coming off a 12-run win, they are 0-4 in their next game. Well, hopefully they're 0-5. And let's go with Wheeler at not a 54% is what we'll take right there. Yankees taking on Seattle. You got Castillo now, a former Reds, is going to get his first start here with the Mariners. The one thing with Castillo, he will give you innings. In fact, he's a workhorse. I looked at his innings pitched all season. Every year, 5 innings or more except for the first game of the year. And Castillo will give you some innings. But the bad news is he's going up against Garrett Cole of the New York Yankees. And looking at the Yankees, they're 32-10 against B-type teams in the Raymond Report. They are 17-3 in day games, and they are 14-6 off a loss. And for Garrett Cole, he's only got 1 win in the last 4 starts, so the old do factors do for Cole and the Yankees. And you know what? Seattle, mission accomplished. You got that 1 win yesterday, but I know they'd rather have 2. But I'm going to go with Garrett Cole and the day game Yankees at 57%. All right, Tommy Henry getting his major league debut here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was 4-4 in the minors this year with a 3.83 ERA. and he's up against Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Guardians. Now, Bieber not having a really good season. In fact, he's 5-6, 16 hits last 3 games, an ERA of 4.85 the last 14 days. Cleveland 2-7 at home in interconference play, so Cleveland really not having a great season right now. And I'm gonna go with a value play. I know all the numbers here go against Bieber and the Cleveland Guardians, but the thing at the end of the day, it boils down to sometimes when you're handicapping a game, you can make a case for any team, right? The thing is, Arizona, nice win last night, 6-3. Can they go back to back? Arizona has proven all year not a good road team. And I think this year, sometimes you just got to go with the percentage play. And I do have Cleveland at 68.2%. They are 26-20 at home. And Arizona, 19-30 against those B-type. 19-30 on the road, 15-15 against the B-type teams. But I'm going to go with Cleveland, very small play, 52%. Basically a percentage play. And again, I do have them winning at 68.2%. Detroit taking on Minnesota. Tyler Alexander going up against Joe Ryan. Now, Ryan has given up 5 home runs last game against San Diego, probably his worst outing of the year. 10 earned runs, and for Alexander, he hasn't got past the 5th inning in his almost since his first start of the year. If you go look at Alexander's starts, he never gets past the 5th inning. Detroit 2-11 off 2-11 straight up in the 3rd game of a series. I'm going to go again with another percentage play, and there's nothing really earth-shattering about Minnesota stats, but they are neutral 19 days. Neutral means they're 4-3, 3-4 the last 7. Minus 220 here today, a little bit of a hefty price, but I'm going to go with a percentage play, and I'm going to take the Twinkies here at 54%. Baltimore taking on the Texas Rangers. Now, looking at last night's game, an 8-2 win here for the Orioles. Kyle Bradish going up against Martin Perez. Perez has been probably the ace of the staff, having a great year, 9-2 on the season, a 2.52 ERA. And he hasn't lost. The first 2 starts of the year were a loss. He hasn't lost since April 17th. And I'm going to take a little flyer here. I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers, and I'm going to take him at 55%, and hopefully they get that win today. And a little bit of overvalue play. I had them listed at minus 122, and you can see the bookmakers giving you not a discount of minus 160. All right, the Boston Red Sox. Hey, who would have thought they would have went into stole the first 2 games of the series against the Houston Astros? You got Bello going up today for Boston. You got Urquidy for the Houston Astros. Urquidy 9-4 on the season, 3.86 ERA. The Astros 10-1 in day games this year at Minute Maid. I'm going to go with the Houston Astros here. I'm going to take 60%. Hopefully they get the bats going here today. And they are 10-5 against B-type teams at home. You got Kansas City taking on Lance Lynn. Brady Singer coming off his best performance of the season. In fact, if you watch that game against the Yankees, he only had 1 hit. And it went to the 9th inning for the Yankees, I think 1 in the later innings. And Singer, 22 Ks last 2 games. And for the Chicago White Sox, big win last night, 9-2. But Lance Lynn not having a really good year. His last win was June 20th against Toronto. And Chicago, as we know, don't do well off a win. In fact, they're 8-16. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals here, and hopefully Brady Singer continues like he did against the Bronx Bombers. New York Mets taking on the Washington Nationals. Now, looking at the Mets, sending Chris Bassett to the hill. Now, Bassett only had 4 walks last game. That's a little bit too much. New York Mets 13-5 off a loss, and they lost last night 5-1 against the Washington Nationals. And but the good news is for them, they're going up against Anibal Sanchez, who's 0-3 with a 7.47 ERA. I'm going to take the Mets in a big bounce-back fashion right here, and I'm going to go 61%. Mike Minor of the Reds going up against Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins. Now, looking at this matchup, you got Alcantara 1.99 ERA, 9-4 in a year. Miami not having a good run at home. In fact, they're only 3-12 the last 30 days. But look at the bookmaker's price, minus 220, and basically a percentage play here. As much as I would love to take Cincinnati, Minor 1-7 in the last on the season, 6.31 ERA. I'm going to go with the better pitcher in this one. I'm going to go with the Marlins. All right, Milwaukee taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, Freddie Peralta going up here. It says Tyler Beatty, but I see Chase DeYoung also, so check your local listing or your wherever you get your stats to see which starting pitcher is going to go. I'm going to go with Freddie Peralta here and the the Milwaukee Brewers, even though they're off a 5-3 loss last night. Pittsburgh 4-12 against B-type teams. Give me Freddie Peralta and the Brew Crew at 58%. Justin Steele going to start here for the Cubbies up against Miles Mikolas of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now looking at the record here for the St. Louis Cardinals at home, 30-20 at home, while Chicago 21-29 on the road. But looking at Justin Steele, only one home run given up the last 5 games, and Chicago 10-5 against B-type teams on the road. Strictly a value play here on the Chicago Cubs. I'm going to go with the Cubbies here. And interesting note on this game, a little fun fact for you. The St. Louis Cardinals off back-to-back shutout wins, and home teams are 7-7 in those situations, so a lot of average. Hopefully plays a role here today with the Cubbies. Oakland taking on the LA Angels. Now, what a great pitching matchup we have here. You got James Caprillion up against Shohei Ohtani of the LA Angels. Now, both these pitchers are just on fire. In fact, Caprillion, 6 earned runs last 5 games, while Ohtani, he's a double-digit Ks the last 6 games, 3 home runs. He only's given up 3 home runs the last 8 games. LA 3-7 though in the last 30 days at home. I'm going to take a value play here on Oakland. I'm going to go a little 55%, but I think the under is where you want to go in this one. Under's a little bit low at 7, but I think this one here is like a 3-2, 2-1 type game. Give me the under in that game as well. Colorado taking on San Diego. You got Blake Snell going up against Chad Kuhl. Kuhl doesn't give you any innings. Last 3 start. ERA of 12 last 14 days. Blake Snell, I'm going to take him today. Neutral, 19 days for the San Diego Padres. They're on a 4-game win streak. 21-14 against right-handed pitchers. Give me the Padres. In fact, Padres stole 2 yesterday. Well, not stole. They actually crushed them. 13-5 in the late cap, 3-2 in the first game, 16-7 combined. Give me San Diego 57%. And then your late game here today, you got LA Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants. I was trying to make a case for the Giants. I just can't. Sometimes you're just like, you want to take them, but you're just trying to make a case, and all the numbers and all the situational handicapping, and you can't do it, right? Can't do it, as Mike Singletary would say. Hey, can't do it, can't take them. Minus 150 is my line. Minus 160 is the bookmaker's line. I got a 50.6% chance of winning here today for the Dodger Blue. We're going to send Julio Urias to the hill. He's only got 2 walks last 3 games, so that's pretty good. And the good news, if you're a San Francisco fan, Alex Cobb probably coming off his best performance of the season. In fact, looking at his last game against Chicago, 3 hits, 1 runs, 11 Ks. And unfortunately, it was a loss, a 4-2 loss. Chicago scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, and they won that one. But no run support for Alex Cobb in that game. But give me the Dodger Blue at 54%. And I'm going to click on Save This Pick. And those are my picks for today. And if you want to follow my selections, go to bullpenpicks.com, go to Most Followed, and then click on Following My Picks, and then go to your following link right here. And you can see my selects right here each and every day, and you can see I follow Art55, and you can compare your picks, right? So we both like the Blue Jays. Philly, I like Philly, he likes Atlanta. We like the Yankees. Cleveland, Minnesota, Texas, we're both on Texas. I like KC, he likes Chicago. We're both on Houston, Mets, Marlins, Milwaukee. I like the Cubbies, he likes St. Louis. Atlanta, I'm on Oakland, San Diego, LA. And you know what? A little chalky there today for RD55, but you got to take some underdogs sometimes, right? And that's what I try to do. I try to mix it in with some good underdog plays. Now let's get to your fun facts for a Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. It is wacky because I don't have my computer, and I'm feeling a little wacky these days. When you don't have your main computer, you feel like your game is off a bit, right? But hey, the show must go on, as they say, and the show will go on. The under is 12-1 for the Baltimore Orioles as a 120-140 road underdog, coming off a win versus a right-handed pitcher the last 4 years for 92.3%. The Atlanta Braves 11-1 as a 120-140 home favorite, playing on a wacky Wednesday the last 3 years, 91.6%. Dodger Blue 9-1 as a 140-160 road favorite in the month of August the last 2 seasons. The Baltimore Orioles 2-14 to the under as a 120-140 road underdog, coming off a win the last 3 years. And let me go to one more right here. You can see the Guardians 13-2 as a minus 220-240 home favorite during the day game the last 7 seasons. And let's see if we can get another team. Oh yeah, let's see. If you like the Red Sox, You're probably hoping for that sweep today. They are 10-2 as a 160-180 road underdog coming off a National Conference division opponent since 1996. That's a pretty good stat for an underdog stat of 160-180. Very, very good. And the Marlins, if you like the Marlins, they're 10-2 as a minus 200, 220 home favorite coming off a National Central division opponent also since 1996. All right, there you have it. That is the Raymond Report without the Raymond Report face. Hey, no image and picture and image today, but hopefully we get that computer fixed, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. As always, if you enjoyed the show, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you're a first-time viewer. And you can get the Raymond Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. Keep an eye out for the Breakfast Club. That's right, the Breakfast Club will come back August 11th. August 11th, we make our return. And it's a live stream every morning, Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 11:30. And you can follow me and the Breakfast Club members here each and every day on our YouTube channel. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.